So here I am again, the place I always go when I need to clear my thoughts. Long Beach, California. Well, more specifically, the Pier water area, or whatever they call this. I actually used to live around here back in '96, and got my own apartment in '97. January '97, I moved into my apartment, and it's pretty amazing how cheap the rent was at the time. It's my rent still actually kind of cheap. Thank God for rent control, right? But anyway, so I came out here today because I wanted to make a really cool video where I would talk about my life, some of my interests, and I guess really just get myself back in the swing of things. I'm actually on vacation right now. This is going to be my last day of vacation. I go back to work tomorrow night. But just figured I would get out of the house. I planned on doing some cleaning up today, but felt like I should just get out of the house and come out. It's always nice to take an hour-long train ride, check out the scenery, come out here, take a nice little walk on the beach. I won't get tempted by the smell of good food like I did the last time. I think I went a little bit too close to where all the food places are the last time, and I got near that candy store over there, and I'm trying not to think about bubblegum shrimp. But when I first came out here, when I got out here earlier today, the wind was blowing so crazy. Then it started drizzling, and then the sun came out. So now it's just like being back to overcast again. So I'm like, I don't know what the hell is going on with this weather, because there was nothing in the forecast about rain today. They were saying it was gonna rain. Then when I looked at the forecast for today, so when I watched the news yesterday, I think it was yesterday, they were saying it was gonna rain they said Monday and Tuesday, but it didn't rain Monday, at least not in LA. So when I went to Bing search earlier, and I looked at the weather forecast for the week, they got the little rainy symbol with the little cloud and rain for tomorrow. It's like, of course it would rain, and I go back to work. Try to think positive. So I guess I need to just start with what's ever on the top of my head right now. So recently I made the decision I was going to take myself off the market from dating. It's not like my phone was ringing off the hook or anything like that, right? But I just realized I've been putting so much time and energy into, I don't know, the whole dating scene right now is so weird, so strange, and I don't know, it's kind of how I feel about being a part of the LGBT community. Most of the time I feel like I'm not really a part of the LGBT community, even though I work in the LGBT community, go figure. So I don't know, I never kind of tried to get involved in dating, or it's just like, are they interested in me, or do they think I'm attractive? And it's like, well, they look nice, but they're kind of boring, and are they secretly seeing somebody else? All these questions. It's like, can I make time for someone else in my life right now? And am I clingy? I don't know, man. I guess you're trying to find yourself, and you're trying to build something. Sometimes other things, they just kind of feel like a distraction. I don't know. I think I've done pretty well. I think I've lived 50-something years, and there was a time when I didn't think about dating and relationships, and it's like, what do I want? Why do I even want a damn relationship? It's like, why do I even? I think I've actually gotten so used to being by myself, and sometimes that worries me. But then again, like I said, I did pretty well without thinking about dating, and it's not really all that important. I mean, I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not really going to put any money in my pockets. I mean, I guess you feel good when you have someone laying there with you. Someone to go places with, and all those things that people do when they're together. But I don't know if I really need that right now. And as I said, it does feel like a distraction. And I'm finding that I'm not really thinking about it as much as I used to. And I realized that I had to cut some people loose. People that I was interested in, I realized that they weren't really interested in me the same way. Self-esteem again, it's that thing. Sometimes you just get caught up, or you feel like you can't do any better, and I don't know, I guess familiarity, but I just realized, when I made the decision to just stop dating for the next few years, just focus on my life and career goals and stuff, I actually felt freer, like some chains or something were not there. I'm not saying that I don't think about dating and being with somebody, but much of the time when I do think about that, it feels weird, scary, confusing. It's just, I do have good memories of being in relationships, but mostly it's not. So you just put things in perspective. Like, most of the people that I have dated, I guess they didn't all have their together. I'm not saying that I have got it all together either. I mean, we all have stuff. Broken people, hurt people, as they say. You're at a certain emotional level. It's easier to have these things, I guess, or what you're looking for exactly, or you're just not going to deal with BS. And it's like, while I look around, I really see a lot of people are just, I don't think that they're really ready. Even though people say that they are, but I think most people just really, I don't know to say this, but I just feel like they're just looking for one thing. And yeah. I'm not saying that sex and cuddling and, those things are bad, but it's more to relationships than that. There's a scary, dramatic stuff, that everybody has to think of. But like, you share bank accounts, you buy a house together, you're gonna adopt kids together. It's sharing your life with somebody. It's a big deal. It's not something to take lightly. Unless you're not about that life, you just want to get your rocks off. But I think I don't know if I've ever really honestly felt like that. I've always been more like relationship oriented. This took me this long to realize that most people are not relationship oriented. And I look around, I see all these relationships not lasting, marriages breaking up, and I don't know if it's not in most people to be in a relationship. I don't understand it. I can't say that I do. But I mean, it's just, when you look and you see what you are up against, it's just kind of, it definitely affects your perspective, because you're like, damn, like, and then I guess I can look at people and I can see their nice bodies and the nice pictures that they take with their cars and their houses or whatever, and they're always taking these pictures and doing these but they're always by themselves or they're with somebody different every time, and there's just something going on. And I mean, it's like smoke and mirrors or just trying to keep up a facade. I mean, as a gay man, that's what I identify as. Anyway, I'm a little bi, but mostly gay. I don't really have too many examples in my life of long relationships, not in the LGBT community that I can think of. I mean, personally, that I know, as far as heterosexual people that I know in my life, my mother, my father, they've been in like lifelong relationships for forever. I mean, I can think of them as examples. So even like heterosexual is not always like, grass isn't always greener on the other side. But when you have examples, it just makes things, it just makes it a little easier, I guess, when you can, you have someone to look up to, and there's somebody you can ask for advice. Because even long-term relationships, of course, they have people go through stuff, but it's not always the answer to break up. And I think that's the thing. I think that a lot of times people break up. Sometimes it's over like the dumbest things. And I remember a few weeks ago reading about Jason Momoa and Lisa Bonet, and I was like, they've been together for 16 years. Like, what the hell? How can you just be with somebody for 16 years and then it's just over with? So, like, I'm scared to give my heart to anybody else. Because, I mean, it might just end and then it's just like, you're just giving your emotional energy to somebody, man, and it feels like wasted energy, like that song by Alicia Keys. I have been guilty of having feelings for people that didn't reciprocate, of course. I mean, I'm sure people that probably like me and I didn't like them back. Not the same way, at least. It's just, there may have been people that might have been good for me, and just at that moment in time when we knew each other, we weren't both ready, like emotionally or maturity-wise. If that makes any sense. I mean, you could actually meet your soulmate, I guess. Which is actually kind of disturbing to think that you could actually meet your soulmate. And I mean, y'all could be like perfect for each other, but you just are not ready at that moment in time. So I guess you have to go through. They say you kiss a bunch of frogs until you kiss the prince. I mean, I've met people that I have a strong connection with. I mean, recently, in the last few years, and it just turned into a damn nightmare. Because like, I might have been feeling a certain way, felt a strong connection, but they weren't feeling the same way. And there it is. There's nothing that you can do. It makes somebody love you, like the song. It's just like I have to wait another 50 years to meet somebody that's like I mean, I've always felt, I don't know if I'm tooting my own horn here, but I always felt like on some levels I may be more mature on some levels than many other folks that I have met. And they're probably people that maybe just at the moment in time when they knew me, they were just thinking of just one thing, and now if I met them, if I saw them now, they might be more emotionally mature. But that person might be living somewhere in like, Afghanistan, or they might be, God knows, they might not even be alive anymore or something. So I don't know. It's just really crazy to think, you spend all this time, you want to, connect with somebody. But I've learned, you can be happy without certain things. I mean, you can cat, adopt some kids, I don't know, devote your life to some great cause, and then I guess you're putting that relationship energies that you're not able to put that, to give that self, that part of yourself to another person. I mean, it is a big deal, but it doesn't have to be, I guess. I don't know. I feel like my thoughts are getting all jumbled. I guess what I'm trying to say is you can be happy without dating. I mean, you don't have to date. And I think that sometimes when you look around and there's pressure from seeing movies or TV shows or whatever, and you just feel like you have to be doing this because you see it all the time. I don't know if that's making any sense. Most people, I don't know if they experience that one great love in their life, and maybe some people, I don't know, I would hate to think that most people are just doomed to a life of constant fuck buddies. Maybe I have already met that one person and I had that great love, and then it was just over with, and I'm holding on to that memory. I'm trying to find that in somebody else, and that was that moment in time for me, and I have to just move on and just like let that stay in the past. Just trying to understand. I have my days. Sometimes I feel I wish I could have these things, and then other times I feel like I'm glad I don't. I mean, I feel like it's not easy being in a relationship. If you can find someone that can put up with all your crap, you put up with all your crap. You can put up with all their crap, they can put up with all your crap. Damn, you put up with all their crap, and they can put up with all your crap, and you can share your innermost, craziest thoughts with, completely be yourself with that person. It's just wonderful to have that. But mostly, I have in my mind, I have this person, these people, and it's like I guess it's like a fantasy. And I get satisfaction in life, satisfaction in my life from being creative, whether it's writing, working on my projects and stuff. And my family, thank God they haven't disowned me or anything. And I mean, it's okay, I guess. I'll be okay, I'll be all right. It's like I just have to remember that there was a time when relationships and love, those things weren't so important. And I've made these things important and put a lot of energy into this stuff. But maybe it's just something that's not, it might just be one of those things that's not meant for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to sound sad or anything, because I feel sometimes a longing, but I think I would actually be okay. I think I would actually be okay if I never go on another date again in my life. I think that it's actually it actually would be okay, because it's there are other areas in my life that definitely need attention. Sometimes I get really, really sad about that. Like when I think about family relationships, people I should be closer to, but I'm not. Family members who are gone, I will never get the chance, to have, anything with them because they're just gone. But I have family and people in my life that I do feel that I neglect at times. So that makes me feel sad. I feel that I've neglected myself too. I I'm putting energy into these things. So if I ran into somebody that was like really, really like aggressive and I was really like into them, I don't know. But I feel like I need to put myself on lockdown so that I can focus myself. I can focus my energies. Because my life isn't bad, don't get me wrong, but I know there's a lot of things in my life that I need to accomplish. I haven't accomplished, things I've been working on, and I have fallen short. So I think that I need to shift my focus. So that's my goal, and that's what I want to do different. You know, for 2022, I almost said 2021. 2020 and 2021 just kind of like flew by, man, and it's like we're already in February. I don't know, I might just be too damn crazy anyway for anybody. Maybe. I just focus on my writing, my films, my comic books, video games, trying to make my mark on the world, trying to leave something behind. These are all important things, and I do feel deeply disturbed sometimes when I feel that I should be at a certain point in my life and I'm not, and I could be doing more. I mean, it's just more tangible to me to see myself running my own company. I mean, it is. See myself living in a nice house. I don't need no mansion with 100 rooms. I don't need a closet full of shoes. It's a song, I think. But I just want to be okay and feel like accomplished. Here comes the wind again. I just want to feel accomplished in my life. And maybe then, when I've gotten to that point, then I can focus my energies on being in some kind of relationship. You know, maybe if I feel so inclined. Mostly I feel that I really have a lot of hope for that thing. Not for me, for everybody else, yeah. I mean, for anybody, you know, I do think that, I mean, well, I would, what am I trying to say? I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think that there are people that, in my life that definitely need me, and I don't have to like chase after them or try to prove anything. They're perfectly comfortable with me, so that's where my focus is going to be from this point on. Hi.